Hello Wargame community, here is Topspin 2005 and I want to show you my first impressions from the Wargame Red Dragon VIP closed beta. So this should be a first look video for players who already played Airline Battle and just want to see what has been improved or which new features we have in the game. So first we start with the main menu. We have the global chat again, and a problem in Airline Battle was that there were a lot of flame wars in the global chat or a lot of bad commands, and people were annoyed about this, and we have now a new function to mute a player or to ban a player. So for example, if I don't like any commands from Creeper again in the global chat, I can mute or ban him. He's in my mute list then, and now I won't see any commands from him in the global chat. Of course I can change this again. I just mark it, click the button again, and now he's unbanned, and yeah, I see the commands again. This isn't new. Here we can add friends, and here we have the possibility to disable or enable the chat window. And here we have a new button to clear the screen or to delete the history. So now I will show you the new deck system. This is a little bit more complicated, but I think it's the best improvement in the game. So the new deck system is really interesting and gives a lot of possibilities for the game. So in my example, I will make a German deck. So the first thing which is new, between nations we have correlations now, and we have the factions. So the factions are blue 4 and red 4. For my example, I choose blue 4. I make a German deck and I show you the bonus system of Red Dragon. So if you choose a national deck, in my example West Germany, you unlock the prototype units of this nation and you get an availability bonus for all the units of this nation. So here's 1%. This is only a placeholder, like for every nation in correlation in the beta, because the balancing isn't finished yet. Later, we will see different availabilities for the nation and correlations. So I show you here the 4 correlations. It's the Eurocorps, Scandinavia, Commonwealth, and Blue Dragons. So for example, if you play Eurocorps, you have access to the French and the German units. You see it with the flags over here. And yeah, I think later if you play the correlations, you will have less availability than if you play a national deck like Germany, because a correlation deck is of course an advantage. Between this, you have the possibility to specialize decks. So for example, if I make a support deck, I get another bonus for it. I have to say, normally you have 60 activation points. You have 5 slots for each category. And if you specialize your deck, you get 1 more XP for units of the type support. You get 4 more slots for the category support and 4 more slots for the category logistics. I will show it in my example, so it will be easier to understand. And we also have the bonuses for the era. So if I play a deck before 1985, I get 5 more activation points. If I play a deck before 1980, I get 10 more activation points. So in my example here, I will choose a category B deck and I will get 5 more activation points. Okay, so you see, normally we have 5 slots for each category, and I get the bonus for logistic and support, so I have 4 more activation points here. And I get 5 more activation points for the era, so I have 65 activation points now. So this you know from Airline Battle. I can choose my units here, forward base, supply for example. But which is new in the armory are the filters. So I can filter now a little bit more in the armory, and I also have a little search engine. So for example, if I look at air and I have 4 planes now, and I type in here tornado, then you see that it will filter the armory a little bit. So this is very helpful. Which is new as well are the new stats. So we stay at the planes. Here we have the tornado, and the accuracy, the stabilizer, and the ECM system is shown in % now, which is, I think, easier for new players to understand yeah, how good a unit can hit with the weapons. So I think this is much easier to understand. Which is also new in the deck is of course the marine category. So you know Red Dragon has ships now. And if I use this marine category, you see we have 9 slots for it. And the new thing is that for my German deck there is, for example, no German ship now, but you have access to all ships of the faction. So I can choose all ships from Blue 4 now. You see we have command ship, we have over here anti-ship planes, we have anti-ship helicopters, and we have between this some landing troops. So for example, we can bring in a scout, or we can bring in Iltis Milan over here. So I said ships and planes and helicopters, you have access to the faction. And for the landing groups, if I understand it right, you have access to the national units, which are marked as landing troops. Yeah, this is new. So for this example, we put in a command ship. We put in anti-airplane, an anti-ship plane, that's it. And yeah, we will put in a scout, we will put in a Milan, we will put in a Arty. So this landing troops, they are coming with barges. So you can say they are, it's like transport boats, where you can go to islands, and yeah, we will see how the strategies will be later in the game from all the good teams. It seems to be really nice. For the ships, we have to say that we have in the stats over here, we have a part sailing. So this shows, if I understand it right, there are 3 different, let's say water deeps. So you have boats which can drive at coastals. So this boat has the category coastal. Then of course you have the command ships, and you see they have the sailing category deep seas, so they can go into deep water. And for example, you have this Zippo boat with can only go on rivers. This is new as well. Yeah, and I think that's the new things for the deck system. Of course, you have a lot of new units. For example, it will be really interesting how the Zippo boats will work in the game later, for which strategies they are usable. Same for artillery boats you have now. So I think you will have later a look at all the units, and there will be different videos for all the nations, coalitions, and all the stuff. So I won't go further in here. It's just a first look video, and I think that's the improvements of the deck system. Oh well, I have forgotten one thing in the deck system. At the category infantry, it's also new that you have only a few transport vehicles for your infantry now. So let's say you can see it here at the Jägers. You can choose 3 cards of Jägers, but you only have 2 transport vehicles. It's over here. So for example, if I choose the Fuchs here for the Jägers, you see I only have 1 left then. I can also bring in only 1 Milan unit with a Fuchs now, because only 1 vehicle for transport is left here. So this is really a nice system where I think they want to stop the spam tactics. So of course you can't spam with transport vehicles now, and I think that's a very nice idea as well. So now we want, of course, show you a little bit from the fighting scenes of Wargame Red Dragon. So we will show a little bit like the naval ships will fight together, and of course we will show the flares from the new planes. And I think we start the game over here. So you see at this map the red and the blue sector are the naval sectors, or the starting sectors, where you can bring in the ships and the planes. Okay, and now we place some units over here. A little bit of the ships. We will bring in some anti-ship planes. And these are the landing troops which come with barges or with transport boats. Okay, I think this will be enough and we could start the game. Okay, we see we have a command ship over here, and we have some of the other ships, and now we will see some battle action. So you see, I zoom in here to the ships, they look very nice. The game speed is a little bit different to Airline Battle. It seems like it is a little bit slower, like in European Escalation, which seems to be more tactical, and I like it. And there you see the first rockets are coming. And the first ship is destroyed. And you see the flares shooting at the rockets. Ah, this looks awesome. And now we can send some planes together to show the flares as well. So we send it to Juliet, I think. And I think I sent some anti-ship planes to his planes as well. So there are coming the planes. Yeah, this is very nice. So yeah, I think this should be enough, just to show a little bit from the battles and the new animations. So this is our first look video. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we make some more videos soon. So see you!